What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to be talking about a change that happened actually the day that you're watching would be yesterday, according to when the video comes out. Not too long ago, there was some pretty big changes that came through the game. One I'm going to go over really quick is going to be the artifact knowledge. So the artifact knowledge levels were actually nerfed for 50 to 40, which means that you're not able to scale up the amount of artifact power you will get for those huge 10 levels, which actually makes a very big difference in gameplay because people would obviously be waiting all the way until like the end of July to get to AK 50, and then that causes people to be very demotivated in order to play the game for now, because why would you play now when you could play in July and be like 10 to 20 times more effective than you are right now, because of just how the scaling of the artifact knowledge works and how much AP you get per quest would be way more valuable in a month and a half from now. So that was actually randomly nerfed all the way down to 40. I think that that's a great change, and I really do enjoy the fact that artifact knowledge is becoming less relevant in the community since this nerf has gone through, and we cannot expect to have to wait all the way up until level 50 in order to actually be, using our time effectively by playing the game. So overall, pretty solid change, but the main topic of this video that I want to talk about is going to be the Concordance of the Legionfall, which, if you don't know, I actually will be getting this later tonight. I'll get my first one. But the Concordance of Legionfall has a couple different changes going on right now, and I wanted to walk you through those just so everybody's up to date. And I also want to talk about the effectiveness on PvP and how this does change how PvP will be affected over the season, also Season 4. So Concordance of the Legionfall, for everyone who doesn't know what it increases your intellect, agility, strength, or versatility for 10 seconds. You have to level it up in your artifact power and get it at level 52 in your artifact weapon. It takes a pretty long time to get because right now it takes 520 million artifact power in order to get it, and the artifact knowledge, it's pretty not quite up to the scale where that would be easy. But the Concordance of Legionfall, it was actually doubled overnight. So the very first one, it used to be 2,000 for 10 seconds, 2,000 of that primary stat, but now it's 4,000. However, in PvP, this is only 2,000 still. So they made sure that since the artifact knowledge is not going to be scaling up to as much, that you actually get more per level of Concordance of the Legionfall in PvE situations. So you're going to get that full 4,000 of that primary stat once you get that first Concordance of Legionfall, and you will get 300 extra primary stat value every single level. So if you get Concordance of the Legionfall 2, then you're going to get 4,300, as opposed to increasing it by 200, which was before. So it'd be 2,000, then it'd be 2,200, 2,400, and so on. Now it's 4,000, 4,300, 4,600, and so on. However, in PvP, and that's where I feel like a lot of my expertise comes in. In PvP, it's only going to be 2,000 still. So all of it in every PvP situation, Concordance of the Legionfall will always be nerfed and always 2,000 in PvP situations. So that includes World PvP, that includes Arena, that includes Rated Battlegrounds, regular Battlegrounds, whatever it is. It will always only be 2,000, which is good because that means that Concordance of the Legionfall, if it were 4,000 in Arena, immediately right off the bat, in PvP situations, it would actually be a huge buff. It would make it so that people would be playing more really focused on Concordance, and you would do a huge amount more damage with Concordance up whenever you have that buff, as opposed to not. You would do a huge amount of difference there. So definitely a solid change on the tuning. I'm really happy that that wasn't overlooked and that we would be seeing the next 2-3 weeks of Concordance of the Legionfall being at 4,000, because that would be actually a crazy change, and people that don't have the Legionfall Concordance is definitely going to be at a disadvantage. So how this scaling works, it's also different from the normal. So how I explained earlier was that it goes up 300 every level, right? But when in PvP situations, it only goes up 150. So this is actually an overall nerf in PvP, this change. Even though it looks like it's a huge buff, it looks like it's changing a ton, but I want to at least sit down and explain that this is an overall nerf for Concordance in PvP situations, because it will only scale up 150 primary stat per level. So that means it'll only be 2150, 2300, 2450, and so on. And it will take a longer, like a huge amount of time to get more levels because you don't get as much artifact knowledge. You only get up to 40. And overall, this is going to be something that makes it so that Concordance isn't a huge factor in PvP. It's still a factor, but it's not going to be a huge factor. It's not going to be a huge controversy. So I'm really happy that the developers have taken the time to understand that this endless grind, this artifact knowledge system, it may not be panning out to everybody's favor. the player's favor. It makes people feel like there's just this never-ending grind, and it seems to have been made less relevant today. So there's a little bit of a positivity on this side. I definitely would like to hear your thoughts on this change overall, because in my opinion, I think that never-ending grind really does kind of it motivates people to feel like they're wasting their time. And that's not something you want in a WoW community. You want someone to be able to achieve a goal and feel like they become more powerful for it, and they feel like their time was well spent, and that incentivizes more play for more goals in the future. And I definitely do not want people to feel like they're wasting their time when they're playing WoW, because I play this game too, and if there's less players playing WoW, then I don't have as many opportunities to have fun, meet new people, have more competition. Like, all of those things are affected directly by how people feel whenever they spend their time on the game. So this was overall a positive notion towards that conversation. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, and you can also leave a comment down below letting me know your thoughts. I want to hear them. And I will see you all on my live streams, which is brand new. I have a streaming schedule now, if you haven't heard, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. CST every weekday, Monday through Friday. I will be on my live stream, twitch.tv/cartoonslive. People have been enjoying the stream so far, and I've been enjoying making them, so I hope you guys will stop by and say what's up, and I'll see you all there. Thanks for watching.